You got motion if you own the business. You got motion if your mama out the trenches. You got motion if you in school for business or for demo. You got motion if you level-headed and maintain a good mental.
What's going on, motion movers? Y'all know what it do and what it don't. Welcome to another installment of Millennials in Motion, where we give that real, relatable, and entertaining spin on adulthood from the black millennial perspective. You already know it's your boy Ryan, coming from the only place where we jick and jive on I-95. I'm gonna let the rest of my co-hosts introduce themselves.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Molly Mall from the 305, aka Mr. Brandon Campus Alive, the hottest personality on 90.5 the Flavor Station, and we are back for another installment. Welcome back. This is season 3, episode 1. Who else I got in the building with me?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Camille. We back for another season 3. Hey guys, it's Nyla. So excited to be back. It's been such a long time.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Brianna J. We back for another season. What? I feel like the only thing bad about this season is no Haji.
Aww. Brie love her some Haji.
I don't know which one that is.
We can make it ourselves. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Aww. No, I'm so sad. Like, she literally... Anyway. But yes, it's your girl Brianna J. We are back in the studio. I'm going to have my intro...
ready by next episode?
Yeah, ready by next episode.
That's
but
everybody
right now,
in the room.
Brianna J, she don't play. We from the 214 Dallas, Texas. Yeah, it's season 3. Let's get into it.
Okay. All right, so man, how have y'all been? Let the people know what y'all have had going on this summer, man.
Well, I'll start off. Over the summer, I interned with NBC. I had a little news internship, and it was actually pretty fun because NBC has on the coverage of the Olympics, so I was able to do coverage for that, help write stories for that, and also we had a reporter in Paris, so we were able to bring her live every day. And a lot of North Texas, I was in Dallas by the way, a lot of North Texas athletes were in the Olympics. Simone Biles is from Texas, if y'all didn't know. Sha'Carri Richardson, and then some like lower names that if
you
I
call them lower because
not lower names, but like they're not just like, if I said their name right now, you would know what sport they played.
No.
Right. That's how I didn't say their name. But yeah, it was fun. I was able to go to New York for the first time this summer. And that's a city that I've learned that I would visit. I was a little nervous going to because I thought it was just going to be this big, scary city where people just pushing you around and stuff. But it wasn't. It was very fast paced. You could feel it in the aura of the air. But it wasn't scary. And I had a great time, met some good people. I went to Atlanta for AGP for the first time. That was fun. And yeah, it was pretty decent summer.
Real.
My summer was really just boring. I got another job, so I was working 2 jobs, and I was taking classes. I did go to Dominican Republic though. That was pretty cool.
How was that?
That was pretty cool.
That's
It was cool. I wasn't there for that long. I wish I would have stayed because I went with my mom for her high school reunion.
Dang, they must be a rich class.
I mean, I guess. But yeah, that's about it.
So my summer was pretty cool. I had an internship with AEG. If you don't know, that is a live entertainment promotion group. Essentially, they own a portion of some NBA teams. They own the LA something, the hockey team. They do Coachella. They do a lot of music festivals around the country. So yeah, my internship was in New York. I spent the summer there. Like Bree said, it's a very fast-paced city. A lot of different people. It's a very big melting pot. I think the food there is top tier, even though everything is expensive, crazy expensive, stupid expensive. If you live in New York, you either make money or your parents got money. There's no in between because there's no other way to like afford it. Like literally, like it's ridiculous. So at all. So
you can. It's just gonna be rough.
Yeah, you just yeah. So that was a fun experience. I definitely got to make a lot of connections, meet a lot of different people within the music industry, within the entertainment industry as well. I got to visit the CNN studios, the Jimmy Fallon show, NBC studios, Warner Bros, a lot of different places. Definitely cool experience. If you haven't already, go check out my interviews and go follow Molly Mo on TV, on YouTube, Instagram, and wherever else we may be. Yeah.
Okay, so my summer really consisted of me getting my mental together because last year was the worst year of my life, literally, mentally. So
You want a hug?
Huh?
You want a hug?
No, but it was just very, very, very rough for me. And so I told myself, because spring semester, I wasn't even supposed to come spring semester. Like, my mom was like, you need to take a break or whatever, stuff like that. But I was just like, I wanted to graduate. So I was just like,
That's
whatever.
real.
So I was like, this summer, when I didn't get no internships or nothing like that, I was like, hey, I'm going to really just dedicate this summer to getting myself together, making sure that I'm happy and making sure that, I could be my best self. And right now, I'll say that I'm in a very okay spot. Like, I'm very proud of myself. Like, and I never thought I would really say that for real, but I'm very, very proud of myself because I really put the work in. Y'all just don't know. I really, really put the work in. I'm super happy where I'm at now. And yeah. And I did go to Detroit too. Detroit was cool. I didn't stay very long, but it was very cool. It was very good to see like something different because they have something called this, I think it's the Sky Rail, and I thought that was like something that's only at amusement parks. So to know that that's free and people could like take that like downtown and do stuff like that, like that's cool. But that's really the only thing I did besides get my mental together. So yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, that's really good to hear though.
I want to say I'm proud of you.
Thank
Yeah,
y'all.
we're all proud of you.
Aww.
Proud of all you guys,
Yeah, Millennials
good.
in Motion, working scholars and mental health advocates. Like,
Period.
And I definitely would say for anybody that's like in the collegiate space and if you're having a hard time like either finding internships or feeling like you're doing enough, don't compare yourself to other people because comparison is definitely the thief of joy.
Lord.
I will say for me, like I remember when I first kind of like got into school, I was like beating myself up because I couldn't get an internship. Like I'm just now, this is my senior year and I just had my very first internship. And prior to that, like I was just like, dang, like I can't get no internship. What's going on? And I felt like I was falling behind. But, you never really know when your time is going to come. And even this one that I just got, like, I was applying. I really wanted to work for Universal Music Group initially. That was, like, the one that I got an interview for and everything. And I never heard back from them. And then I got an email from, I was a part of the HBCU in LA program. Shout out to them. If you have a chance, if you are a black student, even if you don't go to an HBCU, I would definitely say apply for that program because they accept minority students that don't go to HBCUs if you go to a PWI. But yeah, I saw an email from them and they were saying AEG has openings. I didn't know who AEG was. I didn't know what they did. I just applied and I got an interview and I was like, okay, whatever, cool. I wasn't really like excited because I didn't know anything about them. I didn't know. Yeah. But funny enough, it literally turns out that what they do is right up my alley and everything just ended up working out. So stick to the course. Don't compare yourself to other people. Your time will come.
Yeah, and on that same note, I will say my freshman and a little bit of my sophomore year, a lot of my happiness was stolen by the comparison thief because I was just always comparing myself to even my closest of friends. I would see them doing stuff and I'm thinking, oh, I gotta go 10 times harder. But honestly, and I won't lie, I still do it sometimes to this day, but it's getting better because I'm seeing myself in the positions that I want to be in, and I'm noticing that like, okay, well, they're excelling, but they're excelling in sports or they're excelling in news, and that's not really what I want to do. So just focusing on my own plate, in my own bag has really been helping me recently. So yeah, focus on your own plate, girl / guy.
It's funny, before I say how my summer was, it's funny you say that because I don't know, ever since you first got here, you always was like, doing your thing for real. So like, it's funny hearing you say that for real because I don't know. You always doing something big for real. I can't even hold you.
Yeah, but I feel like I was doing it because I was being pushed by other people, and I feel like
Sometimes you need that. Too.
Yeah, I like somebody said your friend group should always be people that are doing better than you.
Yeah.
So that they can motivate
you.
You
hang around 5 dummies, you're gonna be the 6. If you hang around 5 millionaires, you're gonna be the 6.
Yeah.
You might be the richest too, or the dumbest, depending. But yeah, but my summer was actually pretty interesting. It was pretty smooth. I had the opportunity to intern with the Boring Company. It's an aerospace company in Arizona. But anywho, yeah, it was a great opportunity for myself. I learned a whole lot more than I did my first internship. I met some pretty cool people, honestly. I didn't really start meeting people until like closer to the very end of my internship, but I'm still glad I got the opportunity to meet with them for sure. Also, I started my own business. I took the summer to kind of just, I really been planning it since January, but it was a lot going on in the spring semester. So the summer I really was able to have be in an isolated space to really focus on what next big things I want to do for myself. So I started a business. It's called Place for Our Peoples, or PFOP. You could follow the Instagram on PFOP _. But basically, it's a Black event planning business that focuses on curating the Black experience and just different variations to where people of all ages can enjoy themselves. Because I know Tallahassee is like a space where if you're not partying or clubbing, there's really nothing to do for real. And then as well as partying, not everybody's thing. That's not everybody's way of having fun. So I kind of just want to curate something that, everybody could honestly just feel liberated being Black, enjoy the experience being Black, but also just kind of feel inspired to be better and want to do better being Black. But yeah, that was my summer.
Business maker.
Thank you.
And Ryan hair grew.
I did lock my hair too, so I think this about to be month 5. I think.
Period.
September 17th. Thank you. I took that as a compliment.
It was. Your hair is so long now, right?
Yeah, I feel like locks suit you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been rocking with it. But anywho,
your hair grew too.
It did. Season 1.
Definitely.
It's a little Miami.
My hair grew too.
Mine did too.
Hey. What does that mean, Brianna? A little Miami? What does that mean?
Did you say?
What is that? What are you trying to say about Miami people?
Miami.
She said y'all a stereotype.
I'm gonna send a video. I'm gonna post a video and let the people decide what that means.
For sure.
I feel like Miami is like Wicks.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
I mean, Miami got everything. Or South Florida in general. You got folks with waves, folks with locks, folks with wigs.
But
folks with a fro. You know what I'm saying? Folks are bald headed, It's versatility everywhere.
Okay.
But anywho, we gonna get into the first topic.
Y'all, it's almost Pebble's birthday.
Her car.
Who is Pebbles?
I wish I could take a picture of the face you just made.
I remember when Ryan asked that same question.
Okay, you literally had just got the car.
No, I didn't. No, that was recently. That had to be in the spring.
Oh yeah, it definitely was. Never mind.
Whatever.
But I haven't asked since though. I feel like you should be proud of me because of this.
Pebbles is my car.
Okay, I wanted to get y'all opinion on the Finesse 2 Times and his baby mama and his girlfriend situation. Did y'all see that or no?
I seen a little bit of it, but I ain't get too deep into it.
I don't have insight of the whole situation going on.
So I'm gonna try to give
I need some elaboration.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little quick synopsis. So this is just from what I gathered, but don't quote me. So I think his baby mom, Sugar, was on live or posted something and was just she run this or something like that or whatever. And the girlfriend took it as kind of shade or something like that. I don't know if the girlfriend brought it to Finesse attention or if Finesse seen it or whatever the case may be. But they was on live and you could tell that Finesse was a little drunk or whatever, but they were basically just having a conversation and they're basically in a poly relationship. So that's the origin kind of the question of how y'all feel about poly relationships, but kind of pertaining to this. So I'm gonna play like a little bit of this, not too much, just to give y'all a quick glimpse of like the type of stuff. You're right on time, actually. But I'm gonna give a little glimpse of this so y'all could kind of hear what was being said. Y'all can hear this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna play. But basically, that's how the conversation was going. So how do y'all feel just about that poly relationships in general? Do you think that it's acceptable? Do you think if you are in a poly relationship that there should be somebody that's kind of like quote unquote like head in charge, like when it comes, just how do y'all feel?
Can I go first?
Go ahead.
So I had this conversation with somebody. When it comes to poly relationships, I think.
Well, before you even get to that, could you explain quickly for anybody who
What
may
a
not know
what a
what
poly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So a poly relationship is basically a relationship where, or it's the broader term is called polygamy. It's the practice of an open relationship or a relationship that is between more than two people. So if 3 people are in a relationship, that's considered a poly relationship. Sometimes it's 4. I mean, even though that's a little bit extreme, but people do it. So when it comes to poly relationships, I think the biggest thing is communication, right? Because if we have 3 people that are in a relationship together, you don't want somebody feeling less than the other person, or feeling left out, or feeling like they're not being, catered to as much as the other person is, because that's how fights start. So, you want everybody to feel like they're on an even playing field. So to answer the question, should somebody be in charge? Everybody's a little bit different. Some people want to be in a relationship where the man is in charge and they're a little bit more submissive and they just kind of follow, the man's lead and let him do his things. Other people want to be on a completely even playing field. So it really, I think, varies person by person. Like, you have to be able to decide, like, is this going to work based off of our compatibility, my beliefs, your beliefs, my morals, your morals, like what's the relation. And I also think poly relationships, because there's some relationships where all 3 people like actually like all 3 of each other.
Yeah.
And there's poly relationships where it's like, okay, 2 girls, they're dating the same man
And they're associated with each other.
and they're associated with each other, but they're not necessarily like together per
So it's
se.
like, while they're individually with the man
right
isn't a poly.
So-
Right.
Okay.
Is it just like all? So for it to work, don't all 3 have to like have some interest?
That's what I think, right?
At least they have to be in some type of agreement.
Because I feel like that's weird if the females don't like each other, but
Yeah, with them, the reason why the situation to me is kind of so crazy is because with Finesse baby mom, like, he always talked about, like, me and my baby mama, like, we had to really get it out the mud together. Like, she would go in the other room and have sex for this amount of money so we could eat, type stuff like that. And with the girlfriend, she was a part of their trio or poly relationship before, but Finesse broke up with her, type stuff or whatever. But Finesse, in the clip that I played, he was like, she was gonna be mine regardless. And it's kind of like you manipulating a little bit, because it's like, what do you mean she was gonna be yours?
He wasn't even the main one who initially wanted the poly in the first place.
No, he initially wanted the poly, but he kind of like, I don't want it, but he kind of manipulated the baby mama in a sense. To a degree, to be okay with being in a poly.
so it's like she never even was like interested in not interested, but like she would have never.
Yeah. She would have never,
went for it.
So my thing is, where is the line for him just wanting to have his cake and eat it too? Like, he want to keep the baby mama, but he also want to have a girl on the side. Like, if she's not interested in the girl, then what's the point? That's why I never really understood the poly.
A lot of people are with.
So is it like a business opportunity?
A lot of people, she probably can't provide
one for the love and one for the company.
See, I don't see how they do it. Like,
she probably can't provide for the child by herself. So because of that, she's gonna stick around.
That's a good point, because in the clip, in the live too, he was like, "You need me, like you need me." She was like, "I don't need you." And he was like, "Well, you love me and whatever, so you need me. You love me, so you need me. How do you not need me?"
That sound like a manipulative, toxic. That's dangerous, actually.
Yeah.
And that goes to what I was actually going to say. Outside of communication is intentional. You feel me? Like, everybody has to understand what their intention, what's their reason for even wanting to get into a relationship like that. I personally, I'll never be in a poly relationship, because I just know I got too much love to spread out to everybody and their mama or however many people, more than just one other person. But nonetheless, I feel like if people have different ideas of why they're engaging themselves into it, then it's not going to work. The love not going to be there. The agreement isn't going to be there. But if everybody's understanding of why they're into it and they're all in agreement, they all, rock with it one way or another, then, I mean, it works as long as everybody on the same page. But if one person's intention is to get money out of it, while the other person, they genuinely want to love more than one person at the same time, while the other one, she just need her kids taken care of, it's like, it's just gonna be conflict regardless. You get what I'm saying?
And I don't see how it's not conflict, because kids are involved. Like, how does that work? Like, I'm watching my baby and you're with my man? I don't get that. I don't get it.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You really just have to be open to communicating that with your kids too, because you don't want your kids to be confused on who's my mom and who's this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Who's picking me up from school today, mom or little thing? Like, I mean, so yeah, I mean, you definitely got to be able to have open communication with everybody involved, because if not, it's just gonna be a big confusing mess.
How old is the child?
I don't know, but the child not too old. Like, it's no more than 3 years old.
It's an infant? Oh.
Yeah, it gotta be no more than 3 years old.
So the child has two mothers and a father. So you said that the child called the
no, I don't know. I'm saying, like, what if that happens? Like, the child grew up and, like, the child called the other girl mom, like, or
she called the baby mom and not the actual biological mom, because she has two moms.
The baby mom is the mom.
No, like, what is she calling both of them mom? The girlfriend and the baby mama, like,
mom
what?
one, mom two.
Then they don't like each other.
Mom and mom.
It's a very situation, but she's saying she was speaking from her point, like, what if I'm like, that's my child and someone's literally.
Well, I'm asking, like, do they?
They had a bad thing in the past. I guess they're trying to work it out to be with this man now, but you could tell there's tension between them. Like,
so they're just doing this for
the man.
And he's so ugly. You doing all of this over an ugly man? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't get it.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
To each his own.
But like I said, if, let's say, hypothetically, I was ever to be in a poly relationship, I don't think it would be in the sense of, like, I'm with her. And actually, I lied. Never mind. That don't even make sense. It's just like,
I think poly is an excuse. Like,
it definitely is. It definitely is an excuse. But I do think, okay, the only way it could work is if the two girls actually like each other. Like, I think, like, if they're, let's say, like, bisexual and, like, they like each other and they also like the man, then possibly, maybe.
So you think that's an excuse for them to be bisexual, or just for the idea of?
To what Camille was saying, I think it's an excuse to, like, be with more than one person.
Oh, okay.
So do all three? Okay.
Yes, they stay together.
And they do stuff together?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, pretty sure.
All three of them do stuff together?
Pretty sure.
So the girls don't like each other though.
It's not that they don't. I wouldn't say they don't like each other, but they have problems. They have
know how girls are.
Yeah.
But it's like finesse gonna
Is this legal?
I don't see why not.
No, I think that it might not be.
I was looking it up on Google actually, and a lot of the things say, "Is it legal?"
Like I heard this is not.
Oh,
It says not legal.
it's illegal in all 50 states.
Yeah, this is not legal.
But
Wait, maybe that's in regards to marriage.
Wait, yeah, maybe.
You probably can't have a certified married relationship and be in the
But
pub.
that brings up another thing too.
Okay,
Like y'all
it
don't want to be
says-
married.
It says, yes, polyamorous relationships between consenting adults are legal in the United States, but they are not recognized by the law. This means that polyamorous people may face challenges in receiving legal protections such as health insurance, tax benefits, child custody, medical. So basically long run, like marriage and all the legalities that go into a relationship would be very like hard to
But if you didn't do the paperwork, you good.
But sometimes you can do that. What's it called when you live with somebody for a certain amount of months and you technically are married?
Mm-hmm.
What's it called?
Married?
Yeah,
I ain't know that.
common law. Is it common law marriage? Is that what it's called? I think so.
You might be right.
But my thing is, I don't know. I couldn't do this. And also, in other countries they do this like legally.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, of course.
So
And you know what's actually funny? It's funny that the Western world, us, don't recognize polygamy or don't really practice polygamy, but it's so normalized in like almost everywhere else. And if you go to like other countries, like it's normal for men to have multiple wives. But to be fair, these men do provide for all these different like women. Like they have monies, and that's like the common thing. Like you marry off your daughter to a rich man,
But see,
and
that's
he takes
crazy
care.
though. Like you gotta literally love somebody that you have no interest in, that you don't
Right.
know that. That's crazy. Well, I don't want to disrespect nobody culture, but
So do you think this concept was like a worldly concept, like, or do you think this was always a thing for real? Because I mean,
poly?
yeah.
I think it's always been a thing. I think people.
If you look back in history,
Yeah, it's-
every king had 50 wives. Like it's
Not at the same time. Oh well.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, at the same time. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. It's just as
they was like
time
cousins.
time progressed.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
which also makes me think like, can you fault men for doing the things that they do, like
Yes.
stepping out, cheating, even though it's been like the
If it's
the
not
sign-
in agreement
Where we
with
finna
the
go?
partner,
Where we finna go?
Listen.
This is when we need Haji. Haji better shut that down, right?
Listen.
Come on.
Haji finna call in. But I'm saying, like, y'all know the nature of men in today's society. Men ain't ish, yada 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 yada.
I don't know.
But it's like,
My man don't cheat.
Hello. What are you talking about?
but
They all.
now they at the
see, yeah, now everybody crazy. Now nobody know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Anyways, it's my question basically was like, can you fault men for being the way that they are, when history shows that that's naturally the nature of man? And if you look at it from a science perspective, all males and every other
All men are
organisms
dogs.
are like literally
But
polyamorous.
It's different though. Like cheating is.
Are you trying to say cheating is justified because
I'm not.
Well,
I
I'm
didn't
not
say.
gonna-
I didn't
I
say.
kinda
I
get
didn't say it
I
was
kinda get what you're saying,
justified. I
because-
just said, can you like at least nod your head and say I understand?
I
Because
feel like
it's
it
like,
depends on the civilization that you grew up in. Cause what may be right and wrong to us may be completely different or opposite in another culture. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's my only thing for real. So hey,
my thing is though, it's the 21st century, and over time human beings have evolved and grown and learned. So yes, that might have been cool back then, but now is now, and we have a better understanding of our emotions, of other people's emotions,
that is true.
and of our actions, and that our actions have consequences. So I don't think that cheating or polyamorous relationships are justified unless they're consensual for the polyamorous. But cheating can never be justified, because cheating means that you're breaking trust, breaking
Right.
promises, so
Breaking the agreement.
breaking an agreement. So it's not cheating if y'all had an agreement that y'all was gonna be open. It's only cheating if you doing some sneaky stuff behind somebody's back, or you know, you could be cheating in plain daylight. So I don't agree with that. On a similar topic though, do you believe that, what's y'all opinion on this? Do y'all believe that it's harder to give your heart or your body? Because I know that men can be more of a, I can sleep around with a lot of women but still have a girlfriend that I love type of person.
I feel like that's y'all too, but I digress.
No, because I feel like women, when they sleep around, it's emotionally.
No.
Okay.
That
okay,
is foolishness
okay.
you're speaking right now.
I can play devil's advocate. I can address both sides. Women do both. Like,
How you go?
like, go. What you got to say,
going?
Nana?
How you go give both sides?
Because
How could you not give both sides?
look, because it's like this. It's like this. I've heard from women like different guys provide different emotional aspects to their life. Like one guy may not be a good listener, but he's a good provider. He's honest. This next guy may be a great listener. He gives great advice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he provides different things. So to what Bree was saying, like emotionally it can be, but there's also women that do it just for their sexual needs. Like,
Right. Let me finish my background. So I thought of this topic when I was driving, actually, and I was listening to the morning radio show in Dallas, K104, shout out to them. But basically they had callers calling in, men and women, and they were both answering the question of, is it harder for you to give your mind or your body to people? And 90% of the men said that it was easier for them to give their body versus their mind, because
or their heart. Sorry,
their heart. Because they it's easy for them to just, you know, pump and dump, you know.
Pump and dump. Put that on the shirt.
The women that called, they were saying how it was harder for them to give their body, but women are emotional. We're lovers, so it's easy for us to fall in love. It's easy for us to get emotionally attached to people, but when it comes down to sexually giving ourselves to people, it's harder. So yeah,
I'm gonna say that for me, that it's harder to give my body than my mind. Like,
and exactly.
Wait. So are you asking for the drunk?
Well, what's
generally?
What's y'all's opinion? Your personal opinion, and then you can say what do you think the general public would say? But first, give your first answer.
Okay.
I mean, first give your.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm gonna start. I also think that it's harder for me to give my body to people because people are dirty. I'm sorry, let's start there. First off, people are dirty, and I'm scared of getting STDs and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And secondly, pregnancy. I will not be nobody's mama ever. Well,
Ever?
not ever.
listen.
Knock on wood. But I'm too young, too turned. No. So yeah, and also I believe in soul ties. So I don't want that bad energy if I'm not feeling you, and especially if I can't trust you. If I don't know that you're only with me, then I'm not even gonna put myself in that position. So I would say that it's harder for me to give my body. But when it comes down to my mind, I can have a good conversation.
Yeah.
Like, I can talk to you, we can vibe. I won't say I'm automatically fall in love with you, no, but I can give you more of me emotionally than I can physically initially. And I will also say, in most of my relationships, the main issue that I ran into is because I'm not that affectionate. I didn't grow up in a household where we were just lovey-dovey.
Showcase
Dollar too.
Lovey-dovey. Putting all her business out there. Or like saying I love you all day,
She
every
said that
day,
before.
or hugging and kissing. I didn't grow up like that. So when I'm put in a relationship, it's harder for me to express that because that's just not what I'm used to. So when I'm in those positions and I'm with guys that are really affectionate, really lovey-dovey, really touchy, I just like, like, I don't even hug my friends, basically. I mean, barely.
She be giving these soft side hugs.
I don't know how to hug either.
And that's something that I want to work on because...
I'm glad you said that, 'cause I've always thought that in the back of my mind. I'd be trying to give you a hug.
Really?
Yes.
She be giving like,
Them little yeah. I'm like, is she beefing or something?
No, like, I don't know how. Like, I never really grew up like that. And coming to FAMU, for sure, you learn that all these people here, hi, girl, give me a hug. Oh, girl. What the...
These people are so affectionate, and my thing is, like, I don't even like be knowing these people for like we follow each other on Instagram and they be like, hey girl, okay, back up, hey. You can literally say hey to me and that's it. Like you don't have to hug me. I really do.
I don't know. I feel like that's normal here though, because I feel like I didn't start doing that till I came here. For real. Like everybody I see, I either dap them up or give them a hug.
I want to give my antidote to Bree's question before we move on to the hug aspect. But to answer, is it harder for me to give your body or your heart? Body or my heart as a man? It's harder to give your mind or your heart to someone just because I feel like it's a biological thing. Like we're just wired not to open up mentally or emotionally. As also trauma, like men experience like a lot of emotional trauma early on, so that causes them not to want to open up or like not to trust anybody. But your body, you know, men are just a lot more open with their bodies. Like it's just the natural nature of.
So I have a question.
How men are.
So if a girl come up to you and you don't really like a girl shooting her shot at you basically or whatever, and she's cool but she's not really your type, could you still go through with having sex with her? Just like
if she's not really my type.
Yeah, she's not really your
physically or mentally.
Physically, she's not really your type. She's cool but she's coming on to you like.
I'm not gonna lie. I've had relations with people that weren't. I'm a sapiosexual, honestly. Like I'm attracted to personality.
What's
of
that?
mine.
What song? Sapiosexual.
And I claimed to be that before Tusi made that song. Just so people know, like, cause I know how the internet is. Like, as soon as a new word comes out, everybody want to know. I've been
very demure, very mindful.
Exactly, been using that word, but. I'm a sapiosexual, so I can like be attracted to somebody outside of what I see physically, and I think their like if I like their personality enough, it makes me attracted to them physically. But
I agree.
Yeah. So with that being said, yes. But at the same time, it's hard. It is harder. Like of course, there has to be some type of natural attraction.
But I don't think that's really you giving up your body. I think that's giving up your mind. Like if you're attracted to a personality, you have to have a conversation.
Yeah, that's true. In that aspect, then.
Because with me personally, like it's just some people like they don't even have to be ugly. It's just I don't get sexual feelings for certain people. Like it's just not there. Like it's just not there. So
and
it's like,
I literally have a family member who was involved with like one of my friends, and she was just like, I can't.
I don't know what it be.
I can't do it.
She
was like, he's a great person. Like I love everything about him. He makes me laugh. He's funny. He's like a great guy, but I'm just not attracted to him like sexually.
You know what I heard though? Like they was like. If my bad, you go now.
No.
I was gonna say, if you really, really, really like somebody, you shouldn't date them. You should keep them as a friend. That's.
Wait, why do you say that? I'm curious. Why do you say that?
Because this was something like my grandma told me. She was like, sometimes it's just way better to have a friend, and you don't want to like mess that up. Like what Bree was saying with like soul ties and stuff like that. Like that's real. So you don't want to like mess that up or mess up your blessings that could be coming through this person because of that sexual desire or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I agree, because a lot of times when you take that next step into relationships, it messes up how things operate in the long run.
But you don't think that there's also a risk that it could do the opposite and could really blossom the relationship that was already there?
I'm gonna just say no for the simple fact that if it's truly meant for y'all to be in a relationship, it's gonna come.
Yeah,
it's gonna come.
You don't have to force it.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to force it. Like if you're getting that feeling like, oh, this is a good person, but you just can't get into it, or this is a good person but you just not really feeling it, it's okay to be somebody's friend. It's okay to vibe out and see where it goes, see where you takes you. Like I said, sometimes blessings come through people, so you don't want to harp on or your emotions right then and there. Just see where stuff goes.
And I also would say no to that same point, because what are we dating for? Are y'all dating for marriage? Are you dating for just like a partner in the end? Because at that point it's like
And
if you're gonna choose that friend to be your partner, then you're expecting them to last, to stay with you. So rushing into it, and ultimately when you break up with somebody, I don't know how y'all operate, but when you break up with somebody, the relationship ultimately dies. Friendship, relationship, all of that.
Exactly.
So if you rush into a relationship, it's either y'all finna date and make it, or y'all finna date and stop talking.
Yeah.
So just something to think about when you are interested in a friend. Do you want that relationship to end or not?
I will say one thing I really don't like is when people, I'm dating to marry. Because listen, we're all essentially dating to marry in a sense. But to put your mind so deep into marriage, to think that far ahead with a person, I think one is selfish, and two, it's not realistic, because in a relationship there's so much trials and tribulations that you guys have to overcome before you even get to the step of marriage, that it's like, if you're not willing to work those things out, or if you're not willing to like even make that compromise with yourself, because there's going to be certain aspects about yourself that you may have to change before you even get to the point where that person wants to marry you. You shouldn't be like, I'm dating to marry. You should be dating to get to know this person, to see if they are like a potential candidate to marry.
I feel like you're right,
because it's just like,
I never heard that, but it makes sense.
It makes sense. It's like, that's selfish to be like, if you're not gonna marry me, we shouldn't be together.
I don't think it's selfish, dude.
Yeah,
well, to an extent, but let me go real quick. I don't think it's really selfish, because of the simple fact that, well, this is the part where I didn't think you were wrong, to where I don't think there is a right or wrong in the sense of what your idea of dating is, because some people, they date because they really don't know what they want. They might know they want to get married one day, but they don't know what they want that marriage to look like, or who they what type of person they would want that marriage with. You know what I'm saying? But on the comparison, I feel like there's people who know exactly what they like. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like, why alter or try to make it harder for myself when I truly understand what do I want for myself, and what does that look like? It may look a little harder because it's a lot of different various ideas in regards to relationships and marriage, to where it may take a little bit longer for you to find that person who has that same understanding and agreement that you want for yourself. But
I want were you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Bree, go ahead before I ask my question.
I was just gonna say that I don't know if I've met my person. I'm sure I haven't. I'm in my 20s, so I got the rest of my life. But what I have learned from being in relationships is that I think that you're not gonna always be lovey-dovey in love with the person that you're with, and I think that's what's gonna come with marriage. So yes, you're gonna have that lovey-dovey phase, but I think that's the cupcaking phase.
Nah, because y'all gonna change throughout,
right, and
you're gonna have to learn to read. The love is not gonna look the same throughout.
It's not gonna always be like when y'all first met, and that's what marriage is. It's about sacrificing, and it's about saying, okay, I do love this person. Does it feel like day one? No, but I'm still gonna stick it through and be in marriage with them, because that's a commitment.
Right.
And yeah, that's my opinion on it.
So what I was going to say was
but maybe it is like a fairy tale, and I just haven't been introduced to that yet.
What I was going to say was, let's say you say, okay, I'm dating for marriage. If you're not here to marry me, we're not getting into a relationship. And the guy responds, okay, you're not affectionate. Can you change that?
I've tried.
Okay,
what is trying?
Well,
I've been trying. Like,
I'm not gonna marry you. You're not the type of person I want. Now what?
That's literally what it happens, though. It's not. I'm not gonna marry you. It's just that I want to be with somebody that's affectionate.
Maybe you just haven't been with somebody that's brought that out of you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's always, it may not look like affection, but it's always that something that somebody's not gonna have when you're in a relationship with them.
It's not like I'm just pushing them away.
That's the point I'm making. This is just like, it's hard to say like, you have to in order to date me, you have to marry me, because there's certain things that you have to work on, I have to work on before we get to that point of let's get married. You know what I'm saying? You're not everything that I want in a person, and you're not, and they're not everything that, you feel me?
But I will say, even if it's not marriage, I feel like everybody who wants a relationship or at least wants to get into dating should at least have knowledge of what intention that they want to.
We need to bring somebody on
themselves.
that's married. Like, what was your sign that you wanted to get married? Like, what is the final, like?
I can tell you this: a man knows, like, pretty early on if you're a good marriage candidate.
But so why y'all be doing all that stuff in marriage?
Because
why y'all be playing on them games?
Right.
because it's deeper than that. It's like you want to get into a marriage. You want.
I can't speak on no other men, but I
Yeah,
know
of
I'm not
course,
on
of
that.
course,
You get what I'm
of course.
saying?
But for me per se,
The man of all men.
for me per se, okay, you saying why I'm doing all that? Okay, cool. Let's get married today. Boom, we get married. We have the marriage. 3 months down the line, I realized you're actually dirty as heck.
I thought you wanted me though.
I thought I did too.
And
You're
that's why
dirty
you
as
gotta
heck.
see people-
Now we're getting divorced. Now it's
Because I'm dirty. I can't change. I can't grow. What happened to seeing it through?
I didn't want to get married to a dirty
Y'all,
person.
can I answer the question, please?
Go ahead. Why you man say something?
Because I was trying. Y'all was talking. Okay, personally, I'm going to say it's both for me, because like there's like a lot of people, like, I mean, I've dealt with like, you know, my fair share of people, but giving my heart is crazy, because you had said something, you like a family member, and it was like they just can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like my thing is like with people like that, like it be some nice people, like they're cool, like it's nothing wrong with them, but I just like I can't do it. Like I don't see myself wanting to talk to you like on a basis.
Mm-hmm.
But then like
I feel like you don't be giving folks a chance, though. I ain't gonna lie, or you give the wrong ones a chance, in my opinion.
In my opinion.
Not done read.
we didn't ask for y'all. I mean,
But I'm just saying that I could only agree with you so far.
Continue.
Yeah.
but yeah, to give my body is really something that I don't do. Like I just don't do that. But
So you're not giving the body, the mind, nothing.
She ain't giving nothing.
I can give you a 2-minute
She
conversation.
can give you a TikTok.
So that's all you can give. Then why you expecting so much from another fella?
Who said that?
That's what I'm thinking that you want.
Remember last season when Haji was saying, you got to bring the table and the chairs?
She ain't even bringing the leg.
She ain't
But
bringing nothing.
I'm not saying that I don't give people. I'm not saying I don't give people the time of day, because I do. Like I literally do. There's multiple people that I actually like am interested in talking to, but I just.
Are you scared of being heartbroken?
I am. Shoot.
I mean, who wouldn't be?
I'm right. I mean, it's
But
just,
is that your reason for like not giving people a
no.
chance?
But like they said, honestly, they did read me because I do choose the wrong people. But by the time I figure that out, it'd be too late.
I told her in the beginning. She could.
No, but the thing is, you have to also understand, like, you learn with each person you're with. So
Yes.
if you made a mistake with one dude, you should be able to
But
recognize.
no,
mistakes
no.
similar
They
on
don't
the
show
same.
you that side as soon as you meet them.
I feel like for me, I can read a person like a book, like especially males. Like I can just tell what type of timing he on.
I even be trying to change it up a little bit. I be going for different
I feel like there's categories of guys. Like you just know that
What-
type.
Bree
What's the
thinks she a
category?
sidekick.
What's the
bro.
category?
Bree
Name the
thinks she a
category. Let me-
sidekick. Nah.
Dudes are so easy. Like I know
yeah,
y'all.
let me hear it.
Wah. Here we go.
Y'all are literally.
Y'all are so
And
simple.
women are easy too. I be reading y'all like books.
Can't read me. I'm unpredictable. Unreadable.
Red.
Now she thinks she Harry Potter.
Mystical book. Yeah.
She thinks she Harry
But
Potter.
I will say that with what Ryan said about learning from everybody you've been with, I think that is so true. Because I was actually talking about this recently, I think today even. My first heartbreak in like sophomore year of high school, I've never been heartbroken like that ever again. And I've had 2 more boyfriends after that. So it's like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Nobody could ever break me like that ever again.
Of course. You learn certain traits in your previous, like my first, like I'll say like long relationship. She was sleeping with my teammates.
Teammates?
Teammates.
Oh, no.
Plural.
What?
And I ain't know until after we broke up.
I'm not so long.
Yeah, it was hard.
They don't care.
But
Your dogs is green too. I can't even lie.
the thing is though, they wasn't.
I
It
was
wasn't.
gonna
Oh, you
say,
were
he
just
said
really teammates. Okay, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Teammates, like,
yeah.
like I was at the time. I was like a freshman, sophomore. They were like seniors, so like they not really my dog.
They don't care.
So yeah.
Dang.
But you know, D2, shout out D2, man. He said some real stuff in the song, man. Y'all wanna know what he said?
No,
He said,
we don't.
What my brother
he
said.
said
We don't.
it wasn't worded like this. I have to clean it up for radio. But he said, I'm gonna have sex with another man's girl because another man is gonna have sex with mine.
That's a crazy idea.
Like,
If
what?
if he's given the opportunity,
Tell your girl to tighten up.
another man is going to sleep with their
You
girl.
need to pick a good girl, a better girl.
I think that's the
What's-
overall thing. We need to pick better people.
But yes, of course, everybody pick better people.
Pick better,
some
do better,
discernment.
be better. You said what?
Have discernment.
Everybody
Discernment.
going.
I throw a little. What's it?
Okay.
Man bumping. It's okay. Bro.
From the words of TJ, everybody going. My girl going, your girl going.
And that being said, man, let's get into these shout outs, boy. Who going first?
I'll start us off. Shout out to the loyal listeners that made it back to season 3.
Okay. Wait, y'all gotta. Oh, dang. The thing not working.
Well, okay, edit it in there later.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all really been on the motion train since day one. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the guests we had and all the guests that we finna have. Shout out to new blessings, new year, new prosperity, new
collaborations,
new
boy.
collaborations, new projects, new events, new everything. And shout out to the one and only Tahaja Bond.
Woo, yeah.
Shout out y'all.
Nala sucks. I want to give a shout out to everybody for tapping in. Shout out to PFOP, man. You know.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the artists I met that allowed me to interview them over this summer. Appreciate y'all for allowing me to grow my brand. Shout out Fort Bass. That's a real cool guy, actually. Yeah. Shout out to the family. Shout out my parents. Shout out my brothers. Yeah.
I'm gonna say shout out to everybody on the cast. Everybody is doing their own thing in their respective lane, really doing a big one. And I'm gonna be real, like, I'm not gonna say I was sleeping on my castmates or whatever, but I did not know everybody had their like own thing going on. Like, y'all really popping. Like, it's really making me want to step up my game. And shout out my friend Imani. Like, when I was going through my tough time, like, my girl really got me through. Like, she was cooking for me, y'all, all that. And yeah, that's my shout out.
Well, I want to say first, shout out God. Always shout out the family back at the crib. Shout out to the crew members too, cause y'all inspire me to be bigger and better too, man. No cap. I'm glad we got to finally record again and whatnot. Shout out to Haji. And yeah, that's pretty. Shout out to the Motion Movers too for rocking with us for season 3, year 2. We going bigger and better, baby. So that being said, thank y'all for listening to another installment of Millennials in Motion. Until the next episode, man. Let's get it. Yeah.
Bye.
Bow.
Hey. Well, I know for next week.
That gave so much. Just give me my money. And nobody said nothing.
Millennials in Motion is a product of WANM-FM 90.5 in the School of Journalism and Graphic Communication at Florida A&M University.